that takes to share. Side scrollers, crank it up, let the truth ignite. The crew's on point, bringing sense to the mic. No BS, just the vibes we adore. Normal men, common sense, keep giving us more. Keep giving us more.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, ready? Open wide!
Welcome back to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. Not an official Side Scrollers, but man, oh man, we are here to slum it and slum it hard here on a wonderful Saturday. Listen, family is away for a couple hours, saw the chaos happening online and said, hey, what do you want to talk about? Alas, it is just me flying solo today, and you, and the hundreds, nay, thousands of you who are tuning in on a random Saturday afternoon. Not planned, but here we are trying to figure out what the oranges are for. Before we get started, I would just like to say thank you again to our friend DB Wild for the incredible intro that was put forth at the start of the show. Make sure you guys go follow DB Wild over on X. Superstar, adding all of the frolics to our show on a day-to-day basis. You got, we got Rev and Straw. We got Lady Decade. These are all done by DB Wild. Of course, we got Kirsha frolicking around for everybody. And I would say probably my personal favorite, probably Case. Just being so upset. Just giving everybody the big finger right there. All right, so thank you, DB Wild, for hanging out with me today and creating that wonderful, wonderful work to start. Okay, so, man, look, you guys know weekends generally off limit for me. I like to spend as much time with my family as I possibly can. We're usually doing some sort of sports tournament or something, but sports season is over right now, which means the Saturdays have opened up a little bit, which is awesome for right now. So I'm going to try to sprinkle in the occasional Saturday and Sunday stream. And today I thought, man, oh man, what a day. What a day. Because I logged on to X, and there are days where it looks like the "this is fine" dog with the things going around. Today it looked like it was 10 times that. Just fire everywhere. It was chaos. And it's all built around one man's ego and narcissism, which is spectacular. And we have a lot to talk about today. And a lot of it stems from yesterday when it came to our friends, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and everybody over at Friday Night Tights. Man, I'll tell you what, that's where a lot of this starts from, and that's where we're going to start today. Pretty much one topic on this stream. I have no idea how long I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for as long as you guys want to hang out today. But man, yeah, it should be super fun. Look at this right off the bat. Ambrose came in with 5. Says it's only been a month, and the Quartering has done more diss tracks, has had more diss tracks made about him than most rappers had their entire career. This is true, Ambrose. It has been interesting to say the least. Cthulhu, the wife who came in, said, "Enough said." Thank you with that right there. I want to see if I can figure out a way to scroll these things. I'm still figuring out. I'm using Rumble Studio today, which is great. Let's see. Let's put a little. Let's see. We got a chat here. We got. Let's see. Viewership stats. There's a lot going on there. Okay, let's pull that down. We'll just do the donation thing. Right. That's awesome. There you go. That's nice. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And well, those will scroll at the top of the screen, I guess, because that's the thing. Well, so let's start here. Yesterday, Friday Night Tights aired, and for those of you who don't know, Friday Night Tights is a giant mega show, if you will, headlined by Gary from Nerdrotic and, D-Day Cobra, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, and a lot of good folks, right? One of the people on the show is Chrissy Mayer. Now, look, people say, what's up with the drama, blah, 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 and I get it, right? But this, to me, much bigger than quote-unquote just drama. There's a principle to this. The principle of you do not flag. You do not attack other creators' channels. You do not remove them from the platform. That's just like an unwritten golden rule. And you must gatekeep that. You must, and it's like hockey, right? Hockey has the ability for players to go in and create, more or less police their own game. That is what creators on all platforms have to do. Yes, the game has rules. The NHL has made rules, but ultimately the players have to enforce those rules. And yes, there are refs. Yes, but the players are the ones who are saying, "Dude, that ain't right. We ain't doing that." Right? And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Is we are the players, and this is being enforced, and we have to. We have to enforce it. Otherwise, it's just going to continue. And we cannot have that. Cannot have it. So, backing up, Chrissy had Melanie Mack. And I feel like we need to, you know what? Here, let me do this. Let's do this. And this is, let's see, online drawing board. Drawing tool. Okay, let's just do a little, okay, I've done this sketch. There we go. Okay, let's see. I've done this sketchy. Oh, I used this before, I can tell. Let's see. Let me do a quick, let's see, new. There we go. Okay, color and okay. So let's do this. And I know that I'm gonna try to illustrate this as best I possibly can. Okay, so let's just do this. So here is where we're at, right? Okay, this whole thing started with these guys it was the Quartering right here. Okay, and we got this guy, and we'll draw like a little beard. Okay, a little beard right here. And he's got a big fat face. And then we have these dudes over here called Kino Casino. Okay. Kino, the K, and then I think it's also a K. I don't know. Kino Casino. We'll say it's a C. I don't know. I'm not super good when it comes to that stuff. Okay. So what happens allegedly here with good old this right here is, and I do feel like it's important for this recap just so everybody's on the same page. So allegedly, Quartering comes in, and by the way, then there's like this other there's this other little channel over here for their clips. Okay, so allegedly what happens is Quartering comes in, or at least somebody associated with comes over here and goes over here and then says, "No, we're gonna flag you down for," I think it was ban evasion. Okay, so then Casino starts talking about it. They're yapping about it, right? Okay. This is a big no-no. This right here, whatever this is right here, this big no-no, no. We don't do that. We don't do this. So they start talking about it over here. Then it kind of breaks containment. So now the Quartering, who does a show with Melanie Mack, who once again used to be on Side Scrollers. Now, I'm going to miss over a lot of this stuff here. Melanie Mack does a show with Quartering, right? And so now it's kind of like a guilt by association. She has had his back the entire time, right? She has really stood by the quartering the entire time, despite all this. Melanie Mack goes on a show that I mentioned, Friday Night Tights. Here's FNT right here. Okay, FNT has a bunch of creators on it. They're all a bunch of little hub and spokes here, right? Okay, and here is Chrissy. Chrissy's right here. So Melanie Mack welcomes Chrissy, goes on to Chrissy's show, right? Okay, so this is where we're at right now. And Chrissy gets dogpiled, right? Because she doesn't realize, at least what she says she doesn't realize everything that's going on right here with Melanie and quartering and all this stuff, right? She doesn't get it. So the oranges come out and they start like getting thrown at Chrissy. They're getting thrown, oranges. These are oranges right here, okay? All the oranges being thrown at Chrissy. They're all being tossed at Chrissy right here, okay? Right here. So F&T then, okay, and that's pretty much where it's at. And there's, by the way, there's like a lot of other things here, right? But we're just going to talk about this today, okay? There's a lot of other things right here. There's like a bull that's associated with all this stuff. I draw a little bull there, right? I think there's rumors that there's a chair in the corner over here. Like there's a chair, right? There's all sorts of like fun things associated with this, right? State of Wisconsin. I don't really know what that looks like, so it'll just be like a square, and we'll put like some cheese in it, right? So there you got a little cheese. That's a play button. There you go. Now I've added some Swiss cheese to it. Okay, so now you got like state of Wisconsin. I don't know what it looks like, but there's a lot going on here. That is a great way to catch you up to this yesterday. And by saying it was a great way to catch you up, it was a horrible way to catch you up, but we're going to do it anyways, okay? So that's where we're at right now. Did I do an okay job of explaining that? Probably not, but hopefully it made sense. Did it make sense? Did it make sense? I hope it did. I feel like that diagram was good. Yeah, this is a great. This diagram is like trying to explain gender to a lip. Right. Okay, I tried to do my best to explain everything, and I realized I missed a lot there, but just know I did my best. Okay, so thanks. Now that we're caught up, now we're at the show yesterday, which was Friday Night Tights. So Chrissy, if you recall, is on Friday Night Tights, and now after Chrissy was on Melanie Mack. By the way, this all, as I'm saying this out loud, this sounds like a crazy wrestling angle just in the internet space. This is crazy. Okay, now Chrissy is going to be on Friday Night Tights. Okay, and that is where we're going to watch now, because this is going to continue, and we're going to talk about what they're talking about, because today, apparently, all this chaos happened. Okay, I don't even understand. Let's just go.
All good. So, Chris,
by the way, this is why they had to address it. The oranges, which, by the way, I want to see every single orange you could possibly throw constantly. I mean, spam the oranges. Because, by the way, I have found out. I know what the oranges are for. I figured it out today. I posted it over on X. Oranges destroy careers, apparently. We know this is great. Okay. Oh, well, hold on. Okay. We got a ton of super chats coming in. And I do not have blabs here to keep track of this stuff. Okay. Let me just kind of hit some of these really fast while I can. I'm going to do my best. Yes, more oranges. I want to see just a constant flow of oranges. And if you have something productive to say today, sorry, it's just oranges. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. Let me just do a couple of these really fast. Let's see. Zero says, what do the oranges do? Well, they destroy careers. Not Jeremy Hambley came in, says people were upset at him for being rich and cool. Okay, thank you, not Jeremy Hambley. Disgraced Randolph came in, says, I have a mate, psychopharmacology, and he recommends Ritalin for Phoenix's hatred of riddles. Oh, thank you. I'll pass that on. Iconic says, Chrissy Mayor's retweet this afternoon. Yeah, we're going to get to a lot of that. I think I have a pretty okay idea. Bird Up says, what are the oranges for? What are the oranges along the way? We don't know. Real Justin says, Jeremy eats corn the long way, allegedly. Allegedly, yes. Ben Ryder says, Brinty Vinty did a kick stream destroying Chrissy's narrative that she has no idea what's going on. Okay. Chrissy, Let's see. Let's see. I can't quite get there. Let me clear that out. Why are you going away? There we are. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that, Ben Ryder. He said Chrissy's career is over from one stream. Really? You think Chrissy's career is over? Okay. Herotic says, how am I in a pub at 11:30 after seeing Craig after seeing a band and Craig is live? Jeremy, the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, it was nuts. It was nuts. Anime fan for YouTube came in with $20. Says Nina Infinity stream that Chrissy was on 2 weeks ago, and Nina explained everything. Oh, this in addition to Chrissy being on Camelot's chat during his stream about it. There's no doubt that she's lying and gaslighting. Matthew Wade came in with $1.99. Says Wisconsin is a mitten shape. Thumb on the right. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I had no idea. Okay, and we also have, wow, Dan, look at that. 10 gifted memberships. Dan, you want to come in and talk about this stuff? Let me know. Like, send me a DM or something. Dan gifted 10 gifted memberships to the channel. That's awesome. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that, man. I look forward to seeing Dan again. I hope we have an opportunity to hang out very soon. All right, let's get to this here, okay? Let's see how they address this, because as you can see in the chat, they knew what was going to happen. Like, Jeremy, Gary, Ryan, everybody here, they've been around the internet. They know what was going to happen. It looks like our chat. Once again, do not stop. Do not stop with the oranges. Don't do it. I want to see them constantly. Okay? I'm just kind of glancing at it as we go. All right, here we go.
Chrissy's not on the show today. I had a talk with Chrissy yesterday about the situation she inserted herself in, whether it was due to ignorance of the situation or not. That's something she's going to have to address on.
Yes. Let me do this real quick. And by the way, okay, so we're going to get to this tweet that Jeremy put out that he later deleted. And he sees this as like some SJW thing, the way that they're handling it here, this kind of re-education aspect of it. I think that's just absolutely silly. Absolutely silly. Okay, well, what's going on? Why aren't you playing? Come on now, internet. I don't even think it's the internet. Let me do a quick glance here. What do we got here? What do we got open? No, this is it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Get out of here, Discord. Maybe that'll help. Discord's a memory drain. What's going on here? More. This is already, Power Presses, this is already old. I know, but we need to talk about it. Like, this is less than 24 hours. And here we are. Let me, damn it. Like right as I refreshed it right then. All right, let me go from small Craig to big Craig real quick. Let me send this link to Dan, see if Dan has any interest in popping in with me today, because I have not heard Dan talk about this at all. Let me send this to Dan Vask. You want to come? Let's see. Come on in. Let's go. I'll send him a link. Dan, if you want to come, you're more than welcome. If you don't, that's fine too. Why aren't you playing there, YouTube? Didn't get a notification. You probably didn't, because this is like an extra thing that I don't do on the weekends. So sorry. Yeah, maybe my channel's under attack. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go back to this. All right.
Don't go back, bud.
I got my bottle of water here. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. So Chrissy's not on the show today. I had a talk with Chrissy yesterday about the situation she inserted herself in, whether it was due to ignorance of the situation or not. That's something she's going to have to address on her channel.
By the way, I think that is totally fair. Like if she's gonna, if people want to hear what she has to say, it'd probably be a good idea for it to be on her channel. I think that's totally fair. I don't understand how this can be seen as like some sort of like SJW tactic here, right? Let her address it on her time, not to distract what we're doing over here. Okay?
It is not anything I feel I need to answer for or will answer for. I will say unequivocally, if I could pronounce the word, that I am against false flagging in all of its forms. I'm against even slightly hinting at false flagging that can cause more false flagging. I'm against stealing content. These are things I don't like. They are antithetical to everything we do. Authenticity and integrity is all we have. And
Yep. I think Gary is handling this legitimately like a pro. This is exactly what he needs to say. Look, I don't need to answer for this, right? So why come on this show that we're here for, for this to be a distraction? If Chrissy's going to answer for this, she's going to do it. And by the way, she's going to be doing this stream tomorrow night. She's going to do a stream tomorrow night with apparently with a lot of folks. I think it's going to be a really, really important stream. I think it's going to be a really fascinating stream. By the way, Darth says, the entire drama has gotten way out of hand. I see, once again, is it drama? Yes, but it's much bigger than just drama, right? There's a principle behind this that Gary's talking about. Stealing people's content, flagging other channels. You don't do these things, right? All of this can literally end. And I did a video about this, or I guess I talked about it on the show the other day. This comes down to one person dragging other people down with them. First it was Melanie. Now it's Chrissy. Who's next, right? And that's what Gary, Ryan, Jeremy, Disparu, all of them are doing right now. Quarter Black Garrett. They're saying, yo, I'm not going to be a part of this. Let Chrissy deal with it. Fair. Totally fair. And fair. Not
when
fair.
That is in when that is in question, that's a big.
By the way, Disgraced Randolph came in with $5 for Xenoblade. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Little Jim's Halo came in with 2, says, what are the oranges for? We have to know. Well, they apparently, what I've learned about the oranges is that they destroy careers. Do not eat oranges. The citrus is bad for you. Ignatian came in and says, Mario Man versus food
problem.
for Phoenix.
That's a big problem.
Yep.
So, again, I spoke to Chrissy yesterday, told her the situation, and she has decided to address it on Sunday on her channel. And I think that's a wise move because it's not something that's going to get addressed here because it would just be a Chrissy roast fest for 4 hours. And it might not be that way anyway.
Well,
I think
he's 100% correct. 100%. You saw the chat. I mean, like I said, the oranges that are going, like that is exactly what you'd expect for 3 hours from FNT, right? So address it at the top. Say, hey, if you want to deal with it, talk with Chrissy about it and go. She wasn't fired. I think this was actually like the best thing that she could possibly do. It doesn't put the spotlight for like, it would literally, everybody was just staring and over analyzing Chrissy the entire time this was on, the entire time. So Elite Neo came in with 5, says, hey, Craig, if the buffering becomes an issue, Elisa Clips has a TLDR on her channel, FNT, Chrissy Mayer, and the quartering false flagging. Okay, if that is an issue, we'll continue here. We'll take a look at that.
I think it's a wise move to address it. I think it's a terrible move to wait 3 or 4 days.
I agree.
Went on with Camelot because Camelot, I guess, is going to have her on and try to break everything down. And she, whatever. She, I don't know her business. Like maybe she couldn't make it or whatever. But this is a situation that needs to be addressed as soon as possible. And on the internet, 24, 48 hours is a fucking eternity. And not addressing it ASAP it's just going to make it even worse. But it is what it is on that.
Ultimately, Gary, what you said, this stunning and brave stance of I'm against false flagging, I'm against stealing content.
I'm against bad things.
I'm against fucking puppies.
Yes,
I'm against. It's the easiest statement to make, right?
Yes.
Right.
This
Yes.
is,
Right.
as content creators in every space, political, gaming, entertainment, Minecraft YouTubers, whatever fucking content people are making, naked yoga, makeup stuff. The one unifying rule that binds us all is you don't false flag channels. You don't take channels away. You don't try to flag people for revenge or get them demonetized because you never know when that's going to be weaponized and turned around on you, especially with all the shit we see going on right now.
Right.
And this is not a drama channel, right? We've mentioned it in passing the past couple of weeks because it's impossible not to mention. But all of us here have made it crystal clear that we stand against that.
And that's kind of where I'm at with all this. Like, how can you? This is impossible to ignore. Like, this is somebody that is in our space that has allegedly done something that is like, you can't ignore this. If you do ignore it, you are part of the problem, right? The old silence is violence aspect of it. But like this is strictly comes down to policing your own. You have to police your own. That is exactly what's happening right here. You have to police your own. If somebody is out of step, man, dude, you got to give him an elbow. Hey, cut that shit out. We ain't doing that, right? The problem is the elbow's not working. The elbow's not working right here. Zero Commander 2 says, teaches the way of the oranges, Senpai Craig. Do not eat them. They'll destroy your career. Do not do that. The Thrillist came in and says, fired or not, Chrissy Mayer on F&T is over with. I don't think so. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to how she responds, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I don't know. Decatron came in and says, are you saying the quartering is into dragons? Well, not anymore, apparently, because he can't go to the Ren Fair, which we're going to get to that in just a little bit. So anyway, okay. So let's start here, okay? By the way, thanks for popping in on a Saturday. Once again, totally, like, this was not something that I planned to do even an hour ago. But I saw this, had a little time to myself, so I said, hey, let's go live and talk about this. And by the way, more oranges in the chat, please. I just want just a constant flood. Like, if you want to throw some, but like get some arms behind it, look like they're throwing them and stuff. Like, that's great too. Just more of that. Graham says, I think figured it out. The oranges are the new Sonic Chew medallions. Never accept an orange, especially from a stranger. Ah, yes. Avoid that. Okay, so F&T does it, they talk about this for like 15 minutes, right? And I think it's exactly what needs to happen, right? They address it and then they move on and they have a regular show, right? And I think personally, that's exactly what happened. Now, I go online and I see this. Melanie Mack faces backlash over online drama advice, right? Okay. Now, what's interesting here, this is trending over on X. By the way, John is correct. Police your own, or it will be policed for you. Correct, John. Correct. That is right. Samuel, thank you so much for all the random fruit emoji right there. Need more, what are they called? The big eggplants? Need more of those. Anime fan from YouTube says it keeps getting worse. There's a new clip going around with Mayor saying really creepy stuff. You'll see what I mean. She's done. Okay, I've not seen that. Okay, so this is where it all kind of starts. You see, this is a tweet here from the quartering, and we're going to get to this a little bit later in just a few minutes here. But this is a tweet he had out. This is the first tweet that I saw today, and he was critical of. He had a clip of this segment here talking about how these are all like SJWs and they're all SJW idiots, and they're using SJW tactics. It's honestly pretty amazing. Let's just go scroll down here and see what we got. And this is Garrett just saying, brother, get off the internet. You struck down channels, people's livelihoods. They made fun of you, lied about it, appealed to authority behind the scenes to do more damage. You do and say degenerate shit, gaslight and straw man, and now trying to pretend this is not. I guess this is not it, right? Yeah, this is not because of you. It seems like you fit the bill for a 2016 social justice warrior, and that's what he was saying here. This right here. So a show full of quote anti-woke culture warriors banned one of their co-hosts for daring to interview someone like this. They literally use language like she has to educate herself. Okay. By the way, I don't think I heard this one time from them. Right. They fought SJW so long, they became them. And the sad thing is, people will support this right here. Now, he got crushed here because Chrissy was not banned from the show at all, at least from what I understand. By the way, you can see the absolute destruction of him. And we're going to get to this here as well. There's a lot of irony in this. And Quarterback Garrett pointed this out extremely well in a tweet talking about it's funny that he did this because we're going to be bobbing and weaving through here, right? There's a long thing. I'm not sharing what I'm not sharing what I'm reading. Thank you very much. I'm not good at the internet. So yeah, you can see he's just getting absolute wrecked here by all this. This is what I saw this morning. The quartering has been permanently banned from the Renaissance Festival from the viral video where he was making vulgar remarks about female attendees. Now, comes from an email right here. This person is the webmaster and social media director for Renaissance Cinema. Now, I don't know what this was. This is from the renfair.com. You can see it right there, from Bella Scott, right? I guess they emailed about, hey, what do you think of this? And I guess he's since has been banned to going there, which yikes, kind of interesting to say the least. So he cannot go and make creepy things, say creepy things about other people right here at the Ren Fair, which is probably a good thing because the things that he was saying, just you should not be saying about. Yeah, all right. Zero says, jokes on you, Craig. This is big orange country. Go Vols. Oh, no. Thank you for that. Yes, go Vols, the orange over there. And Philip says, legit question. Is this the worst YouTube drama in history? It's the worst I've seen, but I know it's not the first, and I've not been terminally online very long. Oh, Philip, welcome to the Thunderdome, man. Well, let me just say this. This is the most destructive I think I've seen in such a short amount of time. This has been the destruction of someone, just refusal to address the issues and just say, look, I can see how you may think this, right? And if it's something that he didn't do, then okay, I can see how you thought this, but this is why I didn't do it, or this is how I didn't do it, and here's exactly how or why I didn't do it, right? With proof, right? Or I can see how you think that I did this, and here's why I did it. I'm sorry. I'm going to take time off the internet. But no, he continues to double, trickle, whatever, right? I don't know if this is the worst, but I do know this may be the most damaging, right? When it comes to this stuff. There are far greater repercussions and things that are happening that I'm telling you we will not see. The things that'll be done behind the scenes. I'm telling you right now. But this is crazy. Garrett responded, says, dude, no one is banned. And the issue isn't because of daring to interview. It's all clearly expressed in the show. Then you lock replies so no one can correct you, right? Now, that's what's interesting about this. He then later went in and deleted the post over here. Deleted the post. In fact, before he did, this person says, this is in response, they don't want to deal with your mess, Jeremy. You really screwed things up, and this isn't going to stop until you make amends and find a way to make things right. Deny it all you want, but this is the reality of the situation. He says, I have nothing to apologize for. Get effed, right? And once again, you see this situation where I've done nothing wrong here. I have nothing wrong. Well, okay, then at least you got to talk about it. But no, it will not happen. Will not happen, right? Now, this is where Mel comes in. And she's obviously talking about this. Liars cannot be reasoned with. And here's the thing. I have been have I been blocked by Melanie? Okay. No, I have not. But I have been, I guess I've been, I followed her, and I guess I got unfollowed, but she doesn't follow me because I used to be able to DM her. I can't do it anymore. So I've been shadow blocked, I guess is the best way to say, from her. But she came in with, just talking about doing the righteous thing here. And I'd be interested to see if she considers me a liar, considering I've been nothing but way too upfront about all this. Way too upfront about all this. She said, liars cannot be reasoned with. That's why it's so much better just to keep living life and not pay attention to these kinds of people. You will never win if you try to negotiate with a liar. People are bored. Go do something in IRL land. The internet ain't real. This is the thing we continuously hear over and over. This is where Melanie said to me, she's like, dude, it ain't that deep. Those are her words to me. It ain't that deep. You're taking this way too seriously. To which I responded with, this is my livelihood. It is that deep, right? It is that deep because this goes back to, and I'll go making my diagram earlier. I did not include the whole, slumming it thing. But even though, guys, I appreciate you slumming it with me today on this wonderful Saturday. Slumming Saturday here on Side Scrollers. So yeah, this has been an ongoing thing. Now, she then actually tweeted out, don't bow to the cancel mob ever, right? Which is funny because I said this before and I'll say this again and I'll say this to Melanie just like I'm saying it to you. Melanie is obviously way too close to the situation. Like, she's friends with Jeremy. She is employed by Jeremy. And she said to me, money is not an issue, right? Money, she said to me in her DM, I don't need to worry about money. I'm fine. Okay, fine. But I do think that she's too close to things, to this situation, and that you need to take a step back and realize what's happening here. Now, maybe she knows something that all of us don't, right? But refusal to address it and just the constant everybody's wrong, you're sinners, and using this. I said this the other day. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care what you believe. Look, I'm finding my way back to church as well. But one thing I hate more than anything, I don't care if it's your religion, if it's how you eat, if you're carnivore, if you're vegan, if you love animals, if you hate animals, if you're for abortion, if you're not for abortion. One thing I hate more than anything on earth is being told how I should feel. You should do that. I don't, you immediately. I told this the other day on Side Scrollers. I had people coming up canvassing. Hey, have you voted for this person yet? Took the flyer, threw it in the trash, and I purposely didn't vote for them. Do not tell me how I should live. Do not. I refuse to accept that. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. And I know I'm not alone in that. It drives me crazy. So anyways, that's where we're at right now. Don't bow to the cancel mob right here. Now, this has not gone very well for Mel. You can see right here. This is Josiah. First will be your YouTube, right? Just laying all these things out. We've seen this before. Almost ratioing her right there. Alec Baldwin's finger came in. Says your boys deleted his F&T post and is now locking replies. Lefty tactics again. Now, we're going to get to this later, but Jeremy said, I was wrong. The female host of that show was, in fact, not fired. She was only given some time off to think about her actions. I look forward to return next week with the impeding, totally not bullied apology video she will definitely not be releasing. I was incorrect over here. Oh my gosh. Now, Flash. This was actually in response to the, by the way, I encourage everybody tonight needs to go watch the Flashcast. All right. Flash is going to have a killer guest. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Flash will not hold back. Flash is going to go hard today. Like insanely hard. Okay. So this was in response to the post that Jeremy deleted about FNT and their lefty tactics and blah, 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 blah. Melanie says, I can't believe this is happening. Last place I would have thought to have seen this kind of behavior. Can't believe it. To which Flash said, eat shit, you performative Christian. Now, I don't know the relationship between Melanie Mack and Flash. I don't know. Now, once again, they've both been on Side Scrollers, and I've said this many, many times. I'll say it many, many times before. It's not my job to keep track with everybody's beef, right? I don't know if Flash and Melanie have had good relationships. I don't, but apparently it's not anymore, right? Not anymore. But she responded, you've been on a schizo tirade lately. I hope you're okay. Empathy here, folks. Flash says, you've been going schizo since you... Okay. I'm just going to read it as Flash said. You've been going schizo since you busted your first husband blowing dudes. Now it looks like you found another semi-gay one. Okay. All right, Flash. I told you he's going to go hard. Melanie, okay, now you're just lying. I've not seen you say anything in good faith lately, not even a little bit. To which Flash responded here with this clip from Kino Casino over here, which we could watch, but we're not going to watch right now. We're not going to do that. We'll continue on. This has been This has been crazy. Ignatian says, have Andy Worski on Side Scrollers. From what I've heard, from what I've seen, he gives you props when he can. He'd probably be stoked. I think it'd be fun to do like a Side Scrollers Kino Casino crossover. I think that'd be pretty fun. Pretty fun. I mean, like I said, I'd like to sit on their show and just laugh, if I'm being totally honest. I think it'd be a good laughter. Trilla says, Locale Live 2.0 podcast presenting Quartering, DSP, Melanie Mack, and Christy Mer. Oh, God. Disgraced Rando came in and says, Strickland Saturday. Thank you very much for that here. Slumming it here on this wonderful Saturday, guys. I am doing my best to keep track of these super chats. Just know that if I miss them, please do me a favor and just know that I appreciate them. And once again, here on a random Saturday, we're live everywhere on Rumble, on Locals, on YouTube, Twitch, and even on X, which is great. Let's go and continue here. All right, so we saw this tweet a little bit ago. I was wrong. Right, he was incorrect over here. To which, and you'll see his folks over here. As long as she completes the prerequisite Gary approved struggle session and apologize, she can come back on F&T. She was not fired. Right, you can see here. Right. Mr. Humphrey says, I've been watching you for maybe a decade. Also been watching Gary for that long. He handled it like he should have. It's been proven you are a dick swinging around your you are a dick swinging around your clout. If it's Gary or you've got to go. Your blueberry cobbler coffee was good. No more though. Right. And I think that's kind of where people are at with this. Where if people are have to choose, I mean, it's obvious who people are choosing when it comes to this. It's like beyond obvious. And it ain't Big Jer over here. Don came and says, best gaslighter in the biz, publicly and privately call for deplatforming, then act exactly like a woke cry bully when called out, and they claim they're the woke cancel mob. Incredible. Yes. Yes. It's been really fascinating to watch this. Now, Cody Camelot, he's been on fire lately covering all this stuff. And he tweeted this out, as per usually. The Quartering's post where he is blatantly lying gets community noted. And I think that's the biggest thing here, is he posted this talking about the F&T, and he was getting community noted. So what did he do? That's right. He deleted the post. He says just deleted 100 old videos on YouTube after a scathing June. By the way, I finished that yesterday over on Kick. I did like an exclusive stream over on Kick. I'm going to tell you this right now. That June the King documentary, I learned so much in that documentary. Like this right here, everything we're seeing right here, this is the tip of the iceberg. Like this is just this, like down underneath the water, there's RC car channels and failed gaming websites, and there's so much inappropriate. It's crazy, honestly crazy. So shout out to June the King, by the way. Jesus, Tabella came in with a gifted sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's spectacular, and appreciate that. Let's see. Yes. By the way, Dan Bask wanted me to tell you hi in the chat. So just so you know, Dan Bass says hi, everybody. Just giving you a heads up. All right. So he deleted his post over here. And look, this is... Please tell me someone archived this. Cody, I got it for my show tonight. And Cody's going to do great, right? This has been a nonstop, just amazing crash out. It will be studied. I don't know. You can see someone's career crumbling in real time, and they refuse to accept it. And I mentioned this. I mentioned this yesterday on the show when I was doing the reaction to the June the King doc. The pattern that I've seen when it comes to when it comes to Jeremy and a lot of people online. The pattern that I have seen consistently has been that of an insecure narcissist. If you look at Jeremy's career and you see the things that he has just thrown against the wall, nonstop, just throwing all of these ideas, nonstop ideas, to where he's hoping that something sticks, right? And as soon as something just remotely takes, he rushes to it and tries to double, triple, quadruple down, right? Now, look, he had at one point, like what, 10, 11, 12 YouTube channels, according to the June the King doc, right? And I think that ultimately, Big Jer thought that he was way more influential than he actually was. And he's been hiding behind a subscriber number. And that number, we all know this now, right? That number, the subscriber number on YouTube, is strictly an egocentric driven number, right? It's a great vanity number. If you want to get 1 million subs, awesome, right? Jeremy lives and dies by that, which is why we saw the shorts thing. Look, my channel's growing fast. Look at my channel. It's growing fast, right? By taking it. That's how we got to the oranges. Once again, more oranges, please. Eat them up. Nom, 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 nom. More oranges in the chat, please. That is how we got to the oranges. Right? How stupid is that? Because his ego was all about that number. I've got to get the number up. I've got to get my subscriber numbers up. The reality is that YouTube, the algorithm is you. It is you. Because when you watch a video and you then go watch another video, it comes back to, this is all inside baseball here. It comes down to total watch time, right? So if somebody watches a side scrollers video and they continue watching another side scrollers video, they watch 10 minutes of a video, then they watch another 10. So they've watched 20 minutes on YouTube. That's good, right? That then helps side scrollers. So the more videos that you watch, right? That's why like long form content does so well on YouTube now, because it's all about keeping people on the platform so YouTube can run more ads, right? By the way, no ads on this live stream. Thank you guys very much for allowing me to do that. But it just comes back to ego. It's all built around the fragility of his ego, the fragility of just doing his best to throw as much as he possibly can until it sticks, so he can feel good ultimately about himself, which in that June the King doc, he talks extensively about how he just doesn't like doing any, like he doesn't like people. He doesn't like his wife. He doesn't even like his setup. He wants to move all away and get a two bedroom apartment and just start all over, right? That does not sound like a happy person at all. And I think that's like the saddest thing about all of this. Is like, it just seems so sad. It's a front. It's a facade. Ignatian came in and says, new converts should never preach. Listen, I just don't want to hear about how righteous people are. I don't. You guys have been spectacular today. Nevermind Zombie says, F Kino, they went after Razorfist, calling him a groomer, and I didn't see any of you came to his defense. Listen, I'm going to be very honest, and I told this to Worski. Right? I've had a few DMs with Worski. I've never actually watched their show until recently, right? I'm worried about my show. I'm worried about side scrollers. And by the way, Kino Casino, highly entertaining. I see why so many people like it. They have great chemistry. And I told that to Worski. I've actually never spoke to PPP before, but they've been on my radar here recently. So sorry. Like I said, I didn't know that, right? That's news to me. But hey, throw me over the coals. Sandy Q came in, gifted 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Thank you very much, Sandy Q. That's spectacular. A part-time brain tumor. No, aspartame brain tumor says, I know what the oranges are for. Yes, unemployment. Sorry, I just butchered your name, but thanks for that. We'll continue here with this story here as we go. Vera's stream started. Have to watch afterwards. Well, thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. Well, yes, I encourage everybody to do that. He says, are you worried Jer might false flag you? Why? Why would I get false flagged for all this? I'm literally just reading tweets and giving you my thoughts on it. Like, if I get false flagged from this, do you realize how bad that would look? And do you know, like, the best thing that could possibly happen to any channel is to be false flagged by the quartering. Because the virality of it, the growth that you would see is crazy. And the person who would lose the most is the person who's losing now. It's not like, I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm not scared of that. Why would I be scared of that? Why would I be scared of that? Absolutely not. Let's continue. Cody came in and says, my favorite part about the quartering crash out for 2 hours on X, then deleting all of it. He never outright denies striking channels. Right. And I think that's the thing about this, which has just been so fascinating, is he goes on these rants and then just deletes them all. That's how his whole DM thing, to me, got exposed. Right? He was so upset. Remember, I was the first one on the chopping block that he was going to go after. Remember, I was the scalp that he was going to take, which he later deleted. After I just said, okay, well, here you go. And it's funny, in that June the King documentary, he was talking about, this big expose about releasing DMs between me and the quartering. So I went out and I just did a live stream and showed them all. And what was in them? Absolutely nothing. Amazing. Now, what's fascinating more? Let's go to Steph, my nerdy home. Look at this. This is in response to the quartering's tweet that he deleted here. You really said, don't hold someone accountable for not preparing for an interview, or you're an SJW. Also, don't reply to me, or you're an SJW. Also, if you defend them, you're an SJW. But also, don't allow the drama to take over your show, or you're an SJW. Dude, you're making things worse. Twitch, man, oh man, this is spectacular. Amazing. You guys are all coping. Keep up with the SJW moral policing. I really hope they never turn on you. It's brutal. Steph, though, on fire. You literally utilize SJW tactics by policing your own comment section, blocking, hiding, and limiting replies in order to maintain control of your narrative. And you say we're coping? Stop projecting onto me. Look at this right here. This may be the greatest screen cap of all time. Here, going to the hidden replies. Look at the amount of hidden replies here. Just scrolling. Flash here. Just get all these hidden replies. This is before he deleted it. The absolute destruction. Just showing all that Steph has done here. All that Steph has done is taken the poo-poo and put the poo-poo in his face. That's all she's done. And it's the worst possible thing. Like, just constant. All of these being hidden. Holy crap. It just keeps going. 30 seconds of consistent scrolling here. Of hidden replies on this before he ultimately stopped and just deleted it. Amazing. And to cap it all off, Camelot again. This is 1 hour ago. The quartering released a video about Mark Hamill panic deleting tweets. Whilst the quartering is actively panic deleting all his videos and posts. I've never seen a lack of self-awareness so severe. It must be a mental illness at this point. This was literally a video about Mark Hamill panic and deleting unhinged dots. I mean, wow. Just been on fire. With this. Is this live? No, we are live right now, friends. Here on a wonderful slumming Saturday. Appreciate everybody slumming. If you're new and you're popping in. I would love if you said hello in the chat and joined us. Would you like for me to do more of these Saturday fun times? Now, here's the thing. I don't think I can do them in the afternoon like this. And I don't want to step on Yellow Flash's show because he has his show in the evening. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll do a little bit more. Maybe I'll do some more live streams on the weekend. It's not the traditional side scroll. It's just me. But man, there's just so much to talk about here. It's crazy. Dead Reckoning came in and says, Jeremy is literally having the biggest coping ever. And he knows he's screwed because both his enemies and friends are joining forces. Right. Mr. Rich Lopich came in and says, are we officially retiring SJW now? Right? I guess, man. I guess. Stan says, I'm not new. I watch you since game trailers. Well, hopefully you watched since Side Scrollers and Screw Attack back in the day. Can we end the stream with a Let's Play? And you know I don't play video games. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Now, look, this has obviously caused a divide, right? Yes, this is the Craig cast, I guess we're going to say. We'll call this a Craig cast, right? Not a Side Scroller, but a Craig cast. Now, look, Jessica, who follows me, she's a mod over for Geeks and Gamers. Very cool. Hello, Jessica. She says, all I'm going to say is this. I'm 100% with Gary and the FNT crew. And of course, G&G. There are situations that show who the real ones are. Also, word of the wise, never air dirty laundry out on the internet, nor use it as an online diary, especially when heavily inebriated. Correct. Yes, this is sound advice from Jessica right here. Thank you, Jessica, for that. Lewis says, Craig, can you not show up on Flashcast tonight? But you might be stealing the thunder of Flash's special guest. No, I'll tell you this. I think I cannot show up tonight. I have some family requirements that I'm going to do, or I say requirements, commitments. But yeah, so anyways, I want everyone to go watch Flashcast tonight. It's going to be a freaking banger of a show over here. So it's going to be great. And once again, all of this to sum up that it has been 1 month since the Clips channel was taken down. This is 1 month of this. And it just won't end. It will not end for Jeremy. The explosion will continue for Kino Casino. This is like a legit question for you, chat. Legit question. What does the quartering have to do? I'm not even saying to get in good graces with you. I'm just saying, just in general, what does the quartering have to do to get back on track? I don't know. Obviously, the first thing is step away, right? Step away, move away from the internet, and just remove himself. Totally. Take the loss, take the L, and move on. I don't know, legit question. LG Panthers came in with and says, listen, we all love the drama and stuff, but honestly, what are the oranges for? Once again, it has been apparently proven in the last month that the oranges kill careers. They're dangerous. Do not eat the oranges. Do not use the oranges. They are career suicide, apparently. Thundercats Litterbox, by the way, love the name. Anytime Thundercats are mentioned, that's a great thing. It says, SJWs are about social justice. This has nothing to do with social justice. This be like calling carnivores vegans because they're mad about cigars. It's a great super chat right there. Great stuff. Man, how crazy. Yes, I see a lot of you guys are saying quit. Just quit. I think that's where a lot of this starts from. He's just got to totally step away from the internet. And that's probably, I think that's where things go. Now, I saw this. It's from Kino Casino. I'm sorry. This is from Felted Imp. It says the quartering, privating, and deleting all these streams to hide from the. Now, I saw this. I'm not quite familiar with this. What is the Geranalyzer? I think this was a part of the documentary, or somebody mentioned this. I was so intrigued by this. Hammer says, Jeremy's content has always been meh. Just quit. Right. I don't know. Like, isn't there like a Jeremy analyzer or something? I saw something about this. I just Googled that and I didn't see it. Now, this is where we're at right now. All right. This has been an ongoing crazy ass story over the last little bit. And I just go back to the fact this is still trending over on X, right? Mac, a Christian conservative creator with Geeks and Gamers ties, posted Saturday that liars cannot be reasoned with, right? And to instead focus on real life instead of the internet. Once again, hey, I'm going to be honest, sound advice. Sound advice. The message drew hundreds of heated replies, especially after a recent podcast support for Jeremy Hamley, who faces claims of false flagging channels like Kino Casino after their April 2026 critique of his personal controversies. Creators like Josiah and Epic Mike highlighted lost income from channel strikes, while some defended Mac for by noting fatigue with right-wing gaming views. I'm going to be honest. Have there been a lot of like quote unquote right-wing gaming feuds? I'm asking because I legitimately don't know. Have there been other examples of this type of nonsense? But this is definitely the biggest, right? I think we can all agree. This is the, you know what I need to do? You know what we should do? We should check out Social Blade. Social Blade is always interesting. Let me just do a quick glance at the quartering real fast. The quartering, because I'm just curious what his channel looks like. Because I know it's been doing good. It's been doing great. Let's see, the quartering. Here we are. All right, let's check this out. The quartering over on Social Blade. Boop. Okay. So you can see the views here, right? 14 million views in the last 14 days, 30 million views. 30 million views in the last 30 days. But once again, we know those are primarily from the shorts, right? So this is the issue here. And I don't know if this can this go back? Let's see. I don't know. Let's switch to lines, zoom. Okay. So this is back in July. And by the way, can we get more Memorial Day sales and all sorts of ads here? This is ridiculous, right? You can see the spike in subscribers. Once again, all fake. All fake. All these subscribers are fake. 40,000, 50,000. I say fake because they're not there for him. They're there for, honestly, anything but him. They're there for generic, shorts on YouTube. It's been nuts. Let's see. Let's do a quick glance here real fast. All right. So this is why. This is why the quartering is freaking out. Because when you go to YouTube and you search the quartering, you see June the King just by searching the quartering here. Ignatius says, reach out to Crowder. Yeah. You mean Steven Crowder? Sure. Lapco says, so wait, are we saying the orange man is bad? This is horribly confusing. This is why he's freaking out. Because when you scroll and you look at the quartering, look at this. Look who it is. I have outweighed the SEO side of things than his own channel here. Wow. Okay. Then there we are again. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how long it takes. When you search the quartering, let's see how many videos it takes before it actually gets to the quartering videos. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Glad you're with us. 4, 5. Oh, the infamous. What are the
oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
Okay, we got to see what the comments are here. We got to see. Yes. Hold on. Let's just see the newest. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Here we are. How does it feel to be from a Ren Fair? Okay, nice. Wow. This is spectacular. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing. We continue. Okay, so what are we at? We're going to start at the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, It takes 12 videos before we get to this first video from a day ago. 22,000 views on a channel that has 2 million subscribers. Yikes. 2.5. Okay, once again, we got to see what's going on with this, by the way. We got to see what, because I think he's actually, oh, is he not? Hold on.
They miss, he gets stronger. He may be protected. Check this out.
Hold on. He's doing it again. He's literally doing it again.
They attack, they miss, he gets stronger. He may be protected. Check this out.
What do you think, huh? No outro at all. He literally just hopped back on the train. Because oh, wow. Look at this. He went in and tried to do his own thing. This is fascinating. It's all fake. Comes back to ego. Wow. So pathetic. Oh my God. Here we go. Look at this here. Look at this right here. He made a thumbnail and everything. Look, here's the thing. This did great. 159,000. Okay, hold on. Let's
Bill Maher drags this liberal comedian out of his woke bubble and explains the reality to him in a great way. Check this out.
Check this out. Oh, he came back at the end. Hold on, see.
You know, we're going to vote for J.D. Vance, and that's.
I don't think
that's
it's
American in a nutshell.
I don't.
Doesn't mean I don't love you.
Look, a lot of this nonsense is going by the wayside because it's been socially contagious. It's been promoted by TikTok algorithms, Instagram algorithms. Who's getting brand deals? Who's getting promoted? Who's getting signed to deals? Makeup companies.
Look at this. He took time to do this. If you're going to react, okay. If you want to do it, this is infinitely better than what he is currently doing. Here's the problem. This did well. 159,000 views. Look, a little bit of work. There's 24,000, 35,000. Look, and it just goes back to the slop. He thought he could hide. Can't. I'd be ringing a bell like PPP. Whoa, buddy! T Down Under says, whenever this drama starts to calm down, Jer or someone financially linked to him pours a fresh tank or fuel on it. I'll tell you what, man. It's nuts. Ignatius says, told you he was constipated. Now he's not. Wow. I mean, this has to be called out. Nation says, yes, they will destroy him. Trust. If it hits Crowder's sphere, it's over. Do you think that this will get back? Because I have they worked together? I think they have. I think I've seen the quartering on with Crowder before. Wow. Genius says, Chrissy used the same I didn't know excuse when she failed to grift off criminal content. Her and Melanie are pick-me's and deserve this. I think her stream is going to be very interesting tomorrow. Thank you guys very, very much for your support. Wow. That is fascinating. This has to be called out. Because look, the heavy lifting that is being done on his channel here. We do about the same views. We have a 1/20th of the size, 1/15th of the size of his channel right here. And we do about the same on videos here. And this is the secret here. It's all fake. It's all a facade. Fascinating. That is how you get numbers like this, where you say, oh my gosh, his numbers are huge. I saw a theory when it came to the quartering. This idea that it's like he's trying to elevate his views and puff out his chest to try to buy or sell his company, right? To sell the quartering. That's a good idea. Should I buy the quartering from him? Do what he... Should I make him an offer to buy the quartering? Oh my God, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny? Mama Alka says, Craig, did you hear Chrissy is just as bad as Jeremy? She has a flagging pass too, and for some reason people forget that. I have not heard that. Is that a thing? What's up, Mama Alka? Appreciate it. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Part of me wants no interest in that, but because I don't want to give him any money. But that would be a good way out. He just sells it. I'll give him the out. I will buy the quartering. I will buy the quartering for $300 in a bag of ripe, wonderful oranges. That's what I'll do. I don't know, man. I don't know. Seems pretty fun. Heyman says, drunk blab shorts? Yeah. Yeah. Ellie says, make a new quartering. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know about that. Miso Trash says, I should make shorts. Wow, look at Craig talking about the quartering. Check this out. But what do you think of that? Golly. Oh, this is just absolutely fascinating stuff. Honestly, this is crazy. This over on Camelot's channel. Camelot says, right here. Wow. Look at this quartering. Oh, is he tweeting right now? Is he really tweeting right now? The quartering is out tweeting? Are you serious? Hold on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Hold on. Yeah, look. Hey, guys, look at how good his life is, right? Look at this. Let's go, Brewer. He's at a baseball game, right? That's good. What are we doing here? Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is from Kino Casino here. Oh, our team is looking closely to ensure we provide the best resolution. Thank you for your patience while we finish this review right here. Ooh, interesting. Please, baby Jesus, unban them. Surely the wrongful, unending harassment will stop after. They were not banned for harassment. It was ban evasion. So maybe YouTube was wrong. Oh. That's where we're at. Worski. No, Jer. We were not ban evading. Quartering decides to double down in threats. There is no ban evading at all. You just got us taken down unjustly. Wow. Whoa, hold up. What is this? The quartering uses Charlie Kirk as a shameless marketing technique?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and a massive win for Charlie.
Hold on. What?
In for Charlie Kirk yesterday. Smash that like button if he's staring down from heaven, enjoying the fact.
Guys, that is, if you wouldn't mind, do me a favor and smash that like button if you have chronic diarrhea. This is, I got to hear this again.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and a massive win for Charlie Kirk yesterday. Smash that like button if he's staring down from heaven, enjoying the fact. What's going on, everyone?
I am shocked. I am shocked at that. Wow. Wow. That is, I see Smash in the chat saying, yikes. Smash, you want to hop in, man? Oh, my God. Dead Reckoning says, Charlie Kirk would be laughing at Jer. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. Mama Akko came in and says, I'll DM you some stuff later. I got a buddy who has shown how Chrissy's DMCA'd a smaller channel for clipping her. People pushed her into the rug and shows she forgot. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. I see my boy Real Life Fake Wizard. By the way, if you have not, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Super talented guy. By the way, Wizard, do you want to hop on for a minute? I'm curious can we talk real quick? I would love to hear your thoughts about the F&T stuff yesterday. Specifically like, and you don't. I'll tell you. Let me just send you a link. If you want to hop in, you're more than welcome. You don't need to have your camera on. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just gonna send you a link. If you want to hop in, you're more than welcome. If not, that's fine too. Okay. But if not, totally cool. No big deal. All right. Because I'm just curious about kind of the mood going into the show yesterday. And by the way, we did figure out what the oranges are for today. So glad you're with us. Glad you're hanging out today here on this wonderful Slumming It With Me Saturday. John says, I'm confused. How does the Quarter Pounder have this much influence? I refuse to even view his channel anymore. I met all y'all except him. You guys have been professional and cool. That's the thing. He doesn't. He's grasping for it. He's grasping for the influence that he does not have, right? And he's hoping to still maintain it. Once again, it goes back to the idea of the insecure narcissism that is him, that he is ultimately. Smash, I see you watching. Did you see this? Did you see the latest from I'm honestly shocked. Look at this. He went back to it. Look.
I love when they let people bring their pets to the game. It's a lot of fun. Check this out.
Trying to work this lineup differently.
It's the same thing. No outro, no nothing. I feel like I should bring it back. I didn't mean to, but I feel like I should bring back this guy just reacts. This guy says, "What do you think about that?" And we need to do the meme. My God. Hey, Smash, you gonna hop into? Let's get smashing. Let's see. Let's a little smash. I'm just gonna smash JT. A little smash JT. Here we go, smash. Here you go, a little DM for you. This is, honestly, it's despicable. It really is. It's despicable. And it's very satisfying to see this. All right. Yes, there's no audience here. No audience when it comes to him and his antics. This is crazy. Smash, you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Smash.
What's up?
Hey, dude, this is like I woke up today. I got on X and it was like, there's the dog. This is fine, right? It's like 10x that.
I don't. But before you keep going, the dog is probably not a great parallel with what's going on with him and dogs lately. By the way.
Oh, the dog peeing thing? Yeah.
On top of the shock collar that he admitted to as well.
Man, this has been honestly like one of the biggest train wrecks I think I've ever seen. Like as far as a career just going up in flames and his inability to really just address things head on is pretty fascinating.
Do you think it's more of a psychological thing? Like, all this shit's been happening for so long, but people just let it fly because it was whatever. But ever since the strike or alleged takedown of Kino Casino, people are like, okay, you know what? We'll actually start acknowledging what this guy is really doing. Because it's never ending. These situations are just you just stumbled upon during this live stream accidentally a massive story. It's like you're going right back to the way you did the shorts again. I didn't even see that. That's insane.
Yeah. Yes, it is honestly amazing. It's like, well, all the attention's been, they're focusing over here. I'm just going to get back into it, and I guarantee his thought process is F them. I got to pay my bills. I guarantee that's his thought process here. And you know who the true villain in all this is? It's YouTube for allowing this, right? The fact that his channel, in the terms of service, it blatantly says you cannot do this. What he's doing, it blatantly says. So, by the way, I am not advocating for people to flag his channel for this. I am not doing that. But what I am saying is that it blatantly breaks the terms of service when it comes to YouTube. And I don't care if other people are doing it.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
It puts people in a really tough spot because it's like, yeah, we are not like the cancel culture, cancel warriors, take them down. But it's like, bro, you're really teetering on the verge of collapse right now and not giving a shit about the fallout from it. Like you can't do this. That's insane.
No.
And it's stealing content is the second worst thing you can do outside of false flagging people. And he's doing both of them.
Like remove. Okay, look, let's just put both these things in
Allegedly,
their own box, right?
Allegedly.
All right. Okay, let's just put the alleged flagging of the Clips channel on its way. Okay, that's over here. Leave that alone, right?
Yep.
This stealing shorts on its own should be called out, like by itself. So like this is bad. This is just as bad, but put them together and you have this complete total meltdown that we're seeing right now, and it's honestly fascinating.
It's almost like branching paths. No matter what angle you approach him from, people are finding various things, and it's like an endless rabbit hole for each thing. And it all started with the false flagging. And like you were the one that found on side scrollers with the what are the oranges for thing, and that turned into its own massive story separate from what was actually happening. And then we have the June the King documentary going through all this stuff that people didn't even know about, branching out to a whole different path with them. Then we have the Chrissy Mayer and the Melanie Mac thing breaking into a whole nother thing with them. I'm like, this is never ending everywhere. The idea that
I can't think of anything more perfect than the what are the oranges for being the thing that I like. Look, that's just the first short that happened to be there that day, but it was so stupid and what a stupid asinine statement. And then to have like another 2-minute long video, just the like, pardon the pun, the lowest hanging fruit you could possibly have of like, oh, what are the oranges for? What do you think of that? You know, like it's not only cringe, it's such a meme, and I'm glad. And once again, I want to see all of them, all of the oranges. Continuously, I want all of the oranges in our chat. Continue. It's so great to see, and
it's hysterical.
It's funny because when that happened, I was like, Blabs, I want to do a What Are the Oranges shirt, and she's like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Like, I think it's just it's a very niche thing. No, it's become a thing. So
it's definitely a thing.
I think maybe on Monday I will launch a what are the. I have the design done, by the way. I think I'm gonna
a sneak peek right now.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because I did tweet it out. I tweeted an AI picture of Blabs in this shirt not too long ago.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yes, the one where she's in an orange grove and she has it on.
Yep.
It says what are the oranges for? It has a the one thing I wanted to change was I wanted to put the question mark with an orange and then have the orange actually have a beard on it. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Very fitting. Yep.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I mean, this has been. Can you recall another instance like this where there have been somebody who has just, I don't know, the last month?
Not in the last month, but I mean, I've been doing this not nearly as long as you, but I've been doing this for a while, like 9 years for me. The Gerard the Completionist and Pro Jared situations are the only like kind of holding a candle to this, but this is really blowing them out of the water because like I said, no matter what you research and path you go down, it is like this massive treasure trove of endless content fountain of just insanity, and you don't even need to embellish it. It's just like,
no,
I can't believe he said this or did this or told this story and acted normal about it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's and he just continues. I think that's been the most interesting thing to me is, yes, I think we all kind of see what's going on with Jeremy, right? I think he's broken, right? And I know that you and Mel have had beef, right? With the whole, and I've, whatever, right? But
well, I'd like to say water under the bridge, but I know she doesn't feel that way.
Well, I have a hard time with her, like, saying that I'm a liar when I went, like, she did a video talking about, people are snakes, right?
Yeah.
And I can only assume
and I noticed she didn't name anyone, of course.
Right.
Even though we knew she's talking about you.
Well, and I find, like, does a snake go up to you and say, hey, I just wanted to tell you because of, just from a professional and personal standpoint, what I think about your friend who I feel is a snake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Snakes don't do that. Snakes, they bite you in the back. They slither up behind you. But I think I've been extremely upfront and transparent with her to the point, and I think that's been the most disheartening thing for me is somebody who has said nothing bad about Melanie. I've gone, like, she's soft blocked me. I can't DM her anymore. She's like, kind of put me in my corner or whatever. And it is what it is, right? But I invited her to the Real Game Awards, right? Back in March when we had that, right?
Yep.
Like I was like, come on out, and this is the next time, like, we interacted, and just me once again trying to be transparent. And then I get called a snake and a liar and all these things, and it's like that's frustrating to me because I know who I am, and the fact that she is so destined to go down with the Titanic here.
Well,
like, she refuses to go.
She's going out of her way to paint you specifically as the bad guy in this situation when you are just trying to, I wouldn't even say be nice. I think you're just being, like, normal, and what a normal person, even if it's not a friend, just how a normal person would react to the situation, being like, hey, just looking out for you. And what she is hearing is very different than what you are saying. It's almost like she's twisting the logic into the worst possible form to get mad at you. And it's like, that takes so much work to do. Why, outside of, we could postulate getting paid by Jeremy, and I think you even said this before too, and if it wasn't you, it was someone else, but what happens when that check runs dry, even though she doesn't need the money? Do you foresee her ever in the future crawling back to you, be like, hey, buddy?
I really don't think it's a money thing for her, right? Because when she came to me and it's like, hey, I am going to go to the quartering show. He made me, her words, he made me an offer that there's no way you can match, right?
Yep.
And I said, okay, that's fine. And I was like, great, do it. It's a great opportunity. I've never tried to hold people back from bigger opportunities, right?
Yep.
So I was honestly very glad for her. And, I think it is, she's like, well, Jeremy's my friend, and whatever, private conversations. Okay, great. But I do think that there is something to the idea of, like, when, not only is he your friend, he's also your boss.
Right.
And that's, look, having been in that situation multiple times, it gets messy, right?
Yep.
And it's,
conflict of interest.
It's tough. It's tough. It really is. It's not a fun situation at all. So, if and when that money dries out, will she said she doesn't need the money. Is she still going to continue the show? I don't know. She doesn't need it. Is she doing it for the love of the game, or she?
You are giving her the benefit of the doubt, which I don't believe she has earned. And I would take the position of I don't believe her, and I think she is doing it because she's getting a decent paycheck from it. And if that's the perspective I take with it, I wonder if it's what does she do next type thing with this, because she has an audience and she has followers, and bless their heart, they enjoy her content. And you know what? To each their own. I'm sure people say the same shit about me, where it's like, he sucks and people watch him too. So I get that from stepping outside myself. But the more I just realistically pay attention to the entire situation, I'm just like, it's just bad. I shouldn't even say this, because it's like, man, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. But I'm like, I feel like she at one point really did have a good edge to her. She had great questions, really was able to dig into, like, remember the Nick Calandra interview that you had, and she was on fucking point. Like, I was like, damn, she knows her stuff. She's asking these questions. She genuinely seems to care. I don't know what happened since then, but it feels like she is kind of left the dock and not come back.
Right. Well, you know what's amazing is to see people responding to just everything with the quartering. You saw the thing with FNT last night and the response to that. And man, this is amazing to see. I'm only just in the last little bit, I've just been learning about Matt Jarbo, right?
Yep,
and you saw this tweet from him earlier today. The hardest pill that the people on the right are going to have to swallow is realizing that these two are the same. And that is quite possibly, this may be the worst tweet of all time.
I saw that tweet. I almost fell for the bait to retweet it. And I was just like, I'm just going to carry on. But my God, it's like this dude is the prototypical definition of one step forward, 150 steps backwards. Like,
yeah,
for every one right thing he does, it's just there's an insurmountable amount of things. It's just like, nope, he's still mundane Matt. At the end of the day, he's always going to be that guy.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that guy, in the chat, Wendy's Brian says, during the Monday and Matt Boulder stream, Jeremy spoke at length about how bad false flagging is, yet here he is doing it. Thank you,
Allegedly.
Wendy. Yes, and yes, I can only say what people are saying, but when I speak of it, allegedly, 100%, right. Yes.
Well, I mean, even again, and FNT even said this too, whereas like, even if he didn't do it, by saying he's going to do it and knowing those DMs are going to get out there, which he acknowledged multiple times with Josh Moon, that it was going to be public, that he knows what's going to come from this. Like, you don't have the excuse of, a fiddly D. I didn't know that everyone would find out that I wanted this channel down and threatened to take it down. Like, right. If you don't take it down, just the act of threatening it, everyone knows the splash damage from doing that is you just don't go there. You don't have these discussions.
Well, and I think that's going back to the FNT thing. That's what we've seen as far as the blast radius of this, right? Now we've seen it's bigger than Jeremy, right? It started with just him. Then it was Mel, right? Now it's Chrissy. And that blast radius, that blast damage was heading towards FNT through the association of Chrissy, right? And what I said this when I started streaming, Gary, Jeremy, Ryan, everybody on there, they've been on the show for a long time. They're smart cats, right? They know what to do. And man, before that grenade had a chance to blow off, they jumped right on it, and they knew exactly what they were doing, and they addressed it. And I think they did a very good job addressing it personally. Very good job.
And they weren't afraid. They weren't afraid to like crack eggs while they were doing it. They're like, no, what she's doing, completely disavow. This is fucked up. Yeah. And we will not stand behind people that even feign ignorance to this kind of shit. It's a very serious thing. There's nothing, when it comes to content creation, there is nothing more serious than this. So it's not about grifting. It's not about, let's get attention with, it's like, what the fuck, bro? No, don't do this.
It won't stop. It won't stop. And it's like that car wreck that you see. And this one is just moving in incredibly slow-mo, right?
Well, it's because he's refusing to take any accountability and acknowledge it. And even today, I see him tripling down, quadrupling down over and over again about how it's FNT's fault and they're trying to fire Chrissy over this and they're wrong, and then he gets community noted and deletes it. I'm like, bro, can you just for a second just please be accountable? Realize this is all coming from you. You can't project this to the community. You can't do that. This is you.
Real quick, nobody just sent this over to me. I have not seen this yet. I'm going to screen this with you in real time. Bernty Vinti gives an update about the Chrissy Mayer DMs. Now, I want to be clear also. I've had exactly, I think, 0 interactions with Bernty Vinti. I don't know really much about her at all.
Same.
So
that's actually, it's funny. This situation is what introduced me to who she even was I never even heard of her before. So yeah. So let's see what she had to say about this. Because if you recall, this goes back to Chrissy had Mel on, and the chat was, all about having Brittany on to talk about it. So yeah.
I sent this message to her showing the proof that I told Chrissy I want to go on. And I replied to Nina around 11:43 showing proof, right? And that's true. Now, the reason
Damn it. I don't know what's going on with this. It's so silly.
It's not you. It's Twitter playback.
I cropped it
There you
was
go.
because I acknowledged to Nina that Chrissy saw the message. Now, as you guys know on Twitter, this is a feature. You have read messages. The check mark
shit.
goes white when you see it. As you can see, this follow-up message here. So this means at least by 11:50, Chrissy saw the message.
Oof.
I should not have to uphold this lie. I saw what happened with my own too far apart eyes, but I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to say, you know what? Maybe there might be an excuse for this. There might be an explanation. So I didn't tell Chrissy I knew that I saw that she read it because she didn't realize that was a feature. So she saw it by 11:50 that I wanted to go on, or at least it showed the red receipt. And Melanie Mack left around 12:20-ish. Somebody can go back and do the math. It was around the time PPP had tweeted that Chrissy.
This is you know what this is like. At this point, we have ourselves just the police board of all the different, like at this time this happened. It's all the strings of the yard,
tying to everything. Yep.
right. That's kind of where we're at with this. We'll finish this up.
He lied. Now, during this as well, Nina's not the only witness. I was actively messaging Andy Worski, and this was on purpose to timestamp it in case this would come up later. To purposely time.
Which, by the way, just real quick while it's loading here.
Yep.
Did you go back and notice or see my videos or anyone else's covering how Chrissy Mayer was looking directly down at her phone during the venti segment and being like, yeah, she hasn't messaged me at all, and no, and then doing the whole this thing, like the total lie and the tell, like it was so bad. I even if we are to believe her that she didn't know, all these circumstantial evidence surrounding it points to she's lying. So it's just a very bad situation for her either way. But I don't believe her based off of how she was disingenuous on the stream with Melanie Mack. Why would we believe her that she didn't see Brittany Venti messaging her when she was feigning ignorance the whole time with everything else during the stream?
Yeah, I'll say this. I keep DMs private unless they are publicly pulled, right? Mm-hmm. Unless somebody says they're going to share them, right? Mm-hmm. I've had conversations with Chrissy behind the scenes, and those will stay private because she's told me some things that I think is personal, private information. Mm-hmm. I will leave it up to her to say that. Now, I will say this. If that is true and she was lying to me in those DMs, in our conversations, that would be incredibly sad. I would feel incredibly disheartened by that. I and Blabs will tell you this. I give people almost too much benefit of the doubt, right? Same. I like to see people, the good in people. Yep. But when you cross me, and it's blatant, that at a certain point you just got to cut ties, right? And I'm not saying that's going to happen with Chrissy. Chrissy's been on our show before. Maybe she'll be on again. I don't know. But if she was lying to me, that would be incredibly upsetting because she's always been, I've been to her shows before, her comedy shows. I've met her in person. She's always been very pleasant to me. But if she was lying about this, man, that would suck.
Well, let me pose a question to you then, based off of that. And I'm sure you've heard that she is allegedly doing a stream tomorrow to address this. If she were, just play a hypothetical with me here. If she were to go on the stream and be like, okay, you know what? I lied. I knew about it, but I was trying to sweep for Melanie and Jeremy because they were my friends and I shouldn't have done that. And then I lied about the Venti and I did see her, but I didn't want, if she really does do that whole mea culpa 180, I'm so sorry, everyone. Mm-hmm. Would you take that as fuck her, she lied to me? Or would you take it as, well, she did the hardest thing you could do and she was honest about it? Well, how would you feel?
The first thing I would do is I would ask why she lied, why she felt the need to lie to me, and that's where I would start. I would reserve. I mean, obviously, I told you I feel really honestly betrayed, right? But I would ask her why. Why did you feel the need to lie to me? Why did you feel the need to say this? And I'm, once again, not saying that she has or has not done that, but if she did come out and say that, then I would,
Well, sorry, I thought you were done. Go
no,
ahead.
I would just like for her to explain why she felt the need to lie to me, So that's all. But like I said, it's all, as I would do with anybody. Why did you feel the need to lie to me about that? Like doesn't that seem like a pretty silly thing to lie to me about?
Right.
So real quick, let me get a couple supers because real quick. GLP came in and says, you think he's using face filters? The shape of his face and eye bags, but looks so different in recent shorts. Also, how do you think this will resolved? Like, how will this end? Is it a slow burn or a quick burnout? I've said many, many times, I think the best thing he can do is just leave and ultimately come back later. Come back another time. I say leave. I mean, like 3 months, not a week, like 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And that would do tremendous damage to his channel. I get it, right? Especially a channel that's supposed to be uploading 3 to 5 pieces of content a day. There is a 0% chance that that'll happen.
Right.
Salty Squid says, Craig's a little too nice. You're right. I probably am. I am. Dead Reckoning says, YouTube likes the quartering's destruction, hence why it's top tier when you search the quartering. It's making money. Yeah. Sure.
No, this to that point, I mean, just full transparency. I can't think of another topic I've ever covered in the history of doing this that's been as white hot. Like anytime I publish any video, anything connected to Jeremy, it like instantly takes off every single time. Yeah. Like people cannot get enough of this shit.
It has been probably, I've been doing this for a long time. This is definitely a top five crash out for sure. Wendy's came in and says, who is worse to dogs, Hassan Shocker Piker or Jeremy Dog P Hambly? And maybe we'll put that as a poll.
I think that's a good poll.
Nobody has spoken came in with 2, says Rumble allowing the shorts too. Make a video about it. Yeah, and I do think that they are, if Rumble's allowing it, just as bad. Call a spade a spade.
Before I even joined you, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to make a video reacting to Craig's stream, finding this out when I stream on Monday. I'll cover this. But then I was like, with how fast the situation's evolving, I probably won't even get to it because there's going to be a million other things to cover on Monday.
Yeah. If you don't think Chrissy's stream tomorrow night will be must watch, yep. I mean, that you're going to get so much out of that for sure.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
And Ignatius says Crowder on side scrollers. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because Crowder is live, I think, before we are. So or during our time. Disgrace Randolph says top 5 crash out of all time. Pre-Dawn Corp says the quartering pooped in a trash can, Craig. I have a clip of him admitting it. Hail smash.
That's not Pre-Dawn.
John.
You said you got through the whole documentary, by the way. I'm halfway through it, so.
Dude, it is crazy, to say the least. Shocking. John says, I was once told when I was in the military, it doesn't pay to be an a-hole. What happens if the YouTube community stops talking about the quarter pounder? He will unalive on the vine. Yeah, and he's speaking about on YouTube and stuff. But like here's the legit question. Like that's the worst. By the way, speaking of the unaliving thing, like that's the worst case scenario here, right? Nobody wants to see anything bad happen to him. Right. To be very clear. Right.
No, if anything, we want him to get the help he desperately needs.
Yes, exactly.
That's all people want.
Yes. You need to could you imagine if the guy went to he's like, oh, I drink all the water. Right? Like, could you imagine if he decided to step back and actually go to AA and, get his life cleaned up, do an internet detox, and not just like a weekend thing, like a total transformative. And he came back in shape, alpha Chad, and he's like, look, I've changed my life. I don't drink. I don't go to the, I don't go shoot darts anymore and being around, I don't have, the alleged bull stuff, whatever.
I don't
right?
shit my pants in Walmart
right,
anymore. Yeah.
Right. Like, could you imagine, like, he went and got in good shape. Like, man, took 6 months, like 6 months for the rest of your life. Man, that'd be a win.
In my unprofessional, unofficial opinion, I look at someone who is deeply depressed, severely suffering from severe mental depression, and lots of coping mechanisms. I feel like he's extremely unhappy in his personal relationship. I feel like he masks a lot of it with alcohol, potentially even smoking too, that I didn't even know. I found that out the other day. And bowling. And it feels like these coping mechanisms are just to reinforce the same cycle every single day with them. And in order to change that, I think one of the best things for him to do would be to uproot and start over in his life somewhere else, because in the situation he's in right now, in the area where there's nothing. I'm not going to talk about like a specific location, but there's nothing to fucking do there except drink. So like, find a hobby that doesn't involve drinking, or go somewhere else that you can do something else instead of using that as such a crutch, because it all starts there and then the cycle kicks in every single day.
Yes, the idea of that's just what happens, or that's just what we do. That doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean that it's good. Oh, we're from the hood. We get together, smoke blunts, shoot each other, right? That's just what we do, right? That sounds like tremendous cope.
Yep.
Trauma Tuna says, I'm just really disappointed in Jeremy. I expected better from him. Really sad seeing how he keeps falling and all of his friends walking away. Just disappointed he felt he needed it to act this way. Right. Yep. Thank you, Trauma
Well, I
Tuna.
mean, I think you'd even probably agree with this too. There is a level of addiction to attention on social media.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's even infamy. Like, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad attention, it's attention. And it almost feels like this is the most attention, quote unquote, popularity wise, he's ever gotten in his entire career. So I think there's also a part of that playing into this, where he, even if it is negatively reinforcing and cycling and circling the drain, he still keeps coming back and doing this and posting these things and talking shit on X with people and not acknowledging anything, because by acknowledging it, it all stops and then it all goes away. And that's probably even scarier than anything to him.
You're not wrong. Yeah, he openly had said many times. This goes back. It's probably my favorite, most realistic way to describe what we're seeing right here. These are the acts of an insecure narcissist, right? And I've said that many times about many people on the show. Mainly hardcore left-leaning people, a lot of trans people. They are insecure narcissists. Everything's about them, and that's, I think, what we're seeing in this situation.
And lots of projection.
Oh yeah, Yellow Flash, my boy. By the way, make sure you guys go watch Flashcast tonight, starting in about 2 hours. Says,
oh, that's going to be a good one.
Oh, he's going to kill it. He says, quartering is at the Brewers game right now and getting loaded. Get ready for Miller Time Meltdown. Oh boy. This guy came in and says, Nina Infinity did a stream 2 weeks ago with Chrissy on the stream where they covered all the quartering drama.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Help Savior says, even if Chrissy Mayer apologized tomorrow, we won't trust her ever. She has done this before with Rakeda situation, trying to sweep until the pressure got to her and she caved. Chrissy lied. Mel cried. Thank you, Help Savior. Nevermind Zombie says, hey, Smash, you're still an a-hole for going after Razor. There you go. Nevermind doesn't like you. Thank you.
Hey, what do I do with this information?
Right. John says, I didn't really mean unalive. It is a statement about people not giving him attention. They will go away. Right. And John, I just saw it as an opportunity to kind of talk about the worst case scenario here. By the way, over on Rumble and on Side Scrollers Plus, Reese says, is Minnesota airspace just pot smoke, or is there something else up there making everyone weird? Well, he's not in Minnesota, to be clear. So Dan says, man, that's a hard question to ask. I would just say step away from the internet and take the loss. talking about what's the best case thing here. Miner came in and says, I had to actively tell YouTube multiple times to stop passing me his slop. Anyways, check this out, Miner. Thank you very much. Sent over. I guess he sent over a meme. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I'm looking on the back end of Rumble Studio. Jay says, as someone who has lived with Crohn's disease all my life, and is now becoming, and it's now become stage 3 colon cancer, Jeremy can eat shit and die. He has called me a scammer in February when I asked him to help promote my GoFundMe. Wow.
Ouch.
Well, first off, Jay, sorry about that, my dog. Fight. And I'm sorry you're dealing with all that bullshit, man. That sucks. Raphael came in and says, hi, Smash JT. Hi.
Oh, that's it. Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's it. Crowder and Louder came in and says, I look for the best people, for the best in people, and I don't like when people are alone. So even though Jer is pissing me off, he needs to get better and be better. I agree.
I just think it's interesting. Like, obviously, personal lives are separate from content creation. Like, I get all that, but I find it so tremendously sad that he's married and he doesn't seem happy at all. Like, it's really odd.
I am with you. Oh, we're big. Ugh. I don't like that. Yes, I am with you on that. And he's said in that documentary that was probably the saddest thing about. I can't. I just can't. It was very sad to watch that doc. The June the King doc was very sad. I haven't watched the second one, but I can't. There's a second one that was released. It's like an hour long by another creator.
No.
Oh yeah. There was a second one that was released the same day. Yeah, but I can't imagine that a whole lot more would be covered from that. But real quick, Nate G says, prepare to be disappointed in Mayor. Man, I hope not. I hope not. That would suck, to say the least. Real quick, this is, okay. Once again, the quartering apparently is at a baseball game right now, right? He tweeted that out. Flash put that out there. He just tweeted this out, okay? Now, look, once again, we do not want this to happen, but he took this one comment here. Says, there's no recovering from this, Jer. Just end it. You have enough pills and booze at your house to go quietly into the long night. End it, Jer. Look, to be clear, nobody is calling that. Nobody wants that to happen. Zero people except, right? But he says, no, I don't think I will. Good, don't, right?
Good.
He's at a baseball game. He's at a baseball game right now.
Put the phone away. Enjoy the baseball game. Dude.
Right. Enjoy the game, dog. Just detox. Get off the internet. You don't need to be scanning constantly, right? That's the thing that I think is most frustrating about this. Like, dude, it's like that classic thing from Not Another Teen Movie where he looks at me and he goes, Mitch, stop. Just stop. Just please, for the love of God, stop what you're doing.
It's also annoying just from a content creator perspective to see a fellow content creator put that out there and be like, no, I won't. And it's like, bro, first off, good. Glad to hear that. Secondly, that's not stunning and brave as much as you want to try to be with it, because we all get that shit. You want me to post that every time that comes through and be like, no, I won't, every time someone says that to me? It's like, stunning and brave. How fun to come from the Mr. SJW Stunning and Brave himself to try to be stunning and brave.
Smash, will you do me a favor, please?
What's that?
Every time you get a death threat, just respond this way. No, I don't think I will. We're going to create a new meme. I
might not, because I don't want to play into the stereotype.
I know.
But it would be funny, though.
I know. Hey, Elsie, thank you so much for the $6.90 tip over on Side Scrollers Plus. It said perfect explanation. Thank you very much. I will do my best to explain things as poorly as I can, and I do that quite frequently. Real quick, you guys have been very nice today. I have something that I would let me do a quick check on this really fast, because I think over on Rumble Studio, let me do this real fast.
I don't know while you're doing that. I don't know if you saw the whole FNT covering Chrissy after the intro, but there was a comment, and basically Nerdrotic Gary was like, yeah, you'll have to watch what she says on Sunday about the future. And it was so awkward and weird how he said it that it was almost like he had a conversation with her, and that they're either maybe not parting ways forever, but there is a long break incoming that I think she'll be announcing. I didn't know if you saw that and if you had any thoughts.
I did not.
No.
I did. No, you know, I'm not going to say like I'm not like great friends with Gary. We've met a few times. He's been on our show several times. I've interviewed him. Every time I've interacted with Gary, he's been a class act, right? Every single time. I think that I'm totally speculating here, but if there was to be a break, I think that most likely it would have been a mutual thing, right? Maybe like, hey, what do you think of this type of thing? And like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. Maybe it's best if my gut says the reason why, if that was the case, it's kind of like a wrestler going away, right? They go away for 6 months, they get repackaged, they come back, everybody cheers, right? Kind of the same idea, where sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder, and there will be people that will remember your heel run before you come back as a babyface, right? But sometimes the best thing you can do is
come back as a Hollywood Hogan.
right. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I think there's definitely some truth to that. So, all right. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see kind of what I think that'll be must watch tomorrow night with Chrissy and literally everybody who's going to be on that show, because it's going
I wonder if she's going to have super chats turned on.
Hey, you know what? She might as well like just own it. You know what I mean? Like legit. That's I think just take it and embrace it, you know?
I mean, I'm all about the grift, don't get me wrong, but I think that there are certain times where it's a very bad look. And I think tomorrow will be one of those times where it's like, maybe we shouldn't do it this time.
maybe we should hold off. Right. All right. I'll tell you what. So I had a small window of time to stream today, and I've been live for 2 hours already.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I showed up late to it too. I didn't expect to be here, and I didn't mean to stay all the way to the end.
Dude,
I thought,
you're awesome.
I figured my wife was going to ping me and be like, hey, are we doing anything? But she's very busy right now anyways. So
I'll tell you what we're going to do. Yeah. What's that?
No, so I'm good. I'm here until you need me, but otherwise I can go too. If you want to get back to it, it's up to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, let me do this. I am going to do a quick advertisement read, because Rumble Studio has hooked us up with some reads to let people know about some products that they have. So do you mind if I do a quick read real quick?
I'm here for you. Whatever.
Okay, great. Let me go ahead and do this really fast, because look, we do these Saturday streams. These are fun. And we get to do them. But so we're going to say today's Saturday Slum and Stream is brought to you by Rumble Wallet. You guys can see on the side of the screen right there. There's a QR code right there ready to go. Look, we talked about Rumble Wallet a lot on our show. For those of you tuning in on a Slum at Saturday, is a big deal, right? Look, Rumble Wallet is like, it's going to be an alternative. It's going to be an alternative to like PayPal down the line. They're going to use it for all sorts of things, because PayPal, once again, you put your money in there, you may never get it back, because if you say the wrong thing, we've seen this over and over again. The thing about Rumble Wallet, use the QR code to download on the screen to download it. It's your money. You can go in and create. Right now you can use it to support creators on Rumble. Hey Flash, Hey Smash, did you know? And I know you do. Real quick, how much does YouTube take on a super chat?
30%.
That's
maybe
right.
More.
And how much does a Twitch sub take? How much does Twitch take on a sub?
Isn't it something similar?
Yeah, it's 50%.
50%. Jeez.
Yeah, with Rumble Wallet, they take 0%. So 100% of your support goes to the creator. It's really great. I encourage you guys to use the QR code on your screen, download it. They have supported the show today, which is great. So consider supporting them. I appreciate that, guys. Thanks, guys. All right. Thank you, Smash. Appreciate that. I think it's important for us to to get like what when you do these random Saturday streams. This is a good thing. So
No,
appreciate them for
dude. You've been crushing it, and it feels like whatever you do turns to gold. So keep up the good work. Like holy shit, awesome.
Depends who you talk to, man. It comes down to having it depends who you talk to. Most people are like that asshole. But I'll tell you what. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more. Let's just do a quick update on things because X has just been an absolute free fall today.
Oh yeah.
Let me do a quick glance. And by the way, wherever you guys are tuning in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We have let's see. Flash just tweeted out just drunk Jer is at the game posting tweets to make you feel sorry for him. Sorry, I don't. You're trash. God. Fucking Flash. I love him, man. I love Flash. And by the way, I'm telling you right now.
Can you put that on the screen? I didn't see it.
Yes. This is
there.
let me Flash. He is 100% going to go scorched earth tonight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is yikes. It's going to be amazing. So look, this has been an amazing we don't do like standalone videos like you do. We take everything from our show, but man, this has been happening so quick that I've honestly thought like, man, should I just do some standalone videos on this when shit happens? Because this is happening. You said this so fast, so quick that things that happen today, it's going to be different on Monday.
Yep. Well, I mean, I haven't been able to keep up to doing standalone videos because there's been so much that's just been cuts from my live streams. Because I'm like, if I started doing standalone videos, I'd have zero time like in my life. So, but yes, when I can, I do. But yeah, it's impossible to keep up right now. It really is.
Whew. All right. Well, listen, I think that's a great place to wrap because here's the thing. There's going to be more tomorrow. And I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not going to stream tomorrow because tomorrow is Mother's Day. Right? And I need everyone to go give your wife a big old kiss, call your mom, tell her how much you love her, right? Do the things that normal men do, right? Take care of your family, right? Go outside, take care of your, and you got a daughter, show her how important it is that she has such a great mom so she can ultimately grow up to be that mom as well. So, let's go wrap it up here.
I'd be lying if I didn't tell you, I will be going to take my wife to the winery tomorrow for Mother's Day.
Gonna get blitzed. All right, good for you.
I mean, is there a better way to spend Mother's Day?
Yeah. All right. So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Camelot. Okay. I was gonna raid Smash. I was gonna raid Flash, but he's not live yet. So Flash, everyone go watch Flashcast tonight. It will be a banger tonight. I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome. All right. But we're gonna go raid Camelot right now. By the way, GLP came in and says, strike while the iron's hot, pun. Strike while the iron's hot, pun intended. Thank you, GLP. Appreciate that. And thank you guys for your super chats, recommendations, Rumble rants today. By the way, Ray Nation says, new sub to both of you because of Cody making life hard. Keep it up with so many vids, trying to code app for creators. Help a gal out. At least be a tester, please. All right, Ray Nation, thank you very much for your support. And GLP says, 100% agree with the comments on Chrissy being dishonest. Knew it after Rackets, which incidentally is when I learned of her, unsurprised for recent antics. And Sparky's Tech Torner says, Chrissy has false flagged as false DMCA 2 channels claiming stolen content 3 years ago for Divinity stuff. I went through the VOD, and it has 12 edits with overlays, fair use. Also, Misery Love Clips. Also, Akko says hi. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. And like I said, Chrissy's stream tomorrow will be must watch tomorrow. So there's a lot going on, and this is going to change dramatically over the next 2 days. Obviously, go check out Smash's channel, Flash's channel, and go say hi to Cody. When we raid over there, you guys go treat him good.
Wait, real quick, before we end it, not to put you on the spot, but
yes.
And this might be a loaded question.
Uh-oh.
Where do you see this ending?
I don't think it ends anytime soon.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I think I think he will continue to deny, play the victim, point the finger at everybody but himself. And as they say, when you point a finger, you got 3 more pointing right back at you. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think is going to happen. It will be the perpetual victim. And once again, if you want, put the Keno Casino thing in its own bucket. Just go look at the clips. That's bad enough. Yep. Or the shorts. That's bad enough.
Yep.
You know? So look, allegedly, if he did that, okay, that's bad. The shorts, like Smash, go make a video right now. Get it out there right now. Get about how he's like, that's unbelievable. And Flash, if you're watching that, dude, you guys better point that out, man. The fact that nobody's looking. I'm going to get back to the nonsense. That's insane to me. All right, guys. Time to roll. I gotta go be dad. Family's home. So thanks so much for tuning in on this wonderful Saturday, slumming it with me. I'm gonna go raid Cam and make sure you guys say hi to him. We really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Smash, thanks for popping in. Go subscribe to Smash JT's channel, and you guys will see you on Monday when we're back at 11 a.m. Central Time. Have a good weekend, guys. Go say hi to your mom for me. See you guys. Bye bye.